Hello, welcome to week 2. I have to say I'm having a really good time getting to know each and every one of you. I've been reading all the different introductions and trying to respond to them as quickly as possible. It sounds like we kind of have a common theme here of just being a little bit nervous about this being an online course, keeping up with the coursework, and just staying on top of things. Another kind of worry that I see as a theme is just kind of the difficulty staying connected because it's an online course. And so something that I've been kind of saying in response to that is that I'm going to do my best to continue to post videos like this to try to stay connected with you guys, and I will continue to provide feedback. And what's nice is this course is designed so that you guys really can have discussions with each other and kind of see each other's work and get to know each other. So hopefully this class, even though it is online, it has a feel of an in-class kind of course. A way that I would recommend staying on top of the work is just getting a planner and writing down all the due dates. So going into the syllabus, finding the due dates, writing them down in a planner. And then something that I did when I was taking online courses was I was setting aside a little bit of time. So I had Fridays off. So I would set aside, a couple hours or so on a Friday and just dedicate that time to my online class. So even though it is online, it is designated time where you're working on that class so that you don't kind of fall behind or forget. But I will, again, be continuing to send reminders to you guys about due dates. So hopefully we'll be able to stay on top of that. You guys have been doing a great job so far. It sounds like we have a lot of different perspectives and people coming from different fields in this course. So I'm really curious to hear everyone's input. So everyone should have turned in your Quick Write 1 last night. It was due at midnight. So I will go ahead and be starting grading those today, and we'll be giving you guys feedback on those so that when you go ahead and start your Quick Write 2, you can kind of see what the expectations were. Hopefully you were able to find the rubric online and kind of use that to gauge how you wrote that Quick Write 1. But I think these Quick Writes are great because they really allow you to reflect on the learning and apply it to your own field, which is really important. So I hope you guys really enjoyed week 1. It was all based on overview of learning, so just kind of an introduction to learning. And I think some of the concepts were not new to many of you. Something that the main point that I find most important from week 1 is just its emphasis on the importance of prior knowledge and how important that is for students to be able to learn. They need that base. They need to be able to make meaningful connections when new material is being presented to them, or else they have a really time kind of learning that new material. And that really makes me think of, so I actually used to work for Teach for America. It's a AmeriCorps program that places people anywhere in the United States in a low achieving program and a low achieving school. And so I was placed in Miami, Florida, and we actually it was a middle school, we had the lowest test scores in the entire state. So these kids really, really struggled in school. Many of them were grade level or 2 behind. And so something that they actually had a lot of difficulty with was kind of making meaningful connections because they didn't have a lot of the background knowledge like a lot of students who are in kind of those higher achieving schools. If you think about all of the risk factors that they're experiencing versus these students who are coming from these high achieving schools, I mean, a lot of them don't have parents that are very involved, that are taking them on field trips and teaching them vocabulary and kind of showing them different things around the world, or just, I guess, in their environment around them. They're kind of lacking a lot of that background knowledge, and so it makes it really difficult for them to learn. Same goes for students who are, for example, like EL learners. They're here in this, new country, or they're learning this new language, and they just don't have a lot of that same background knowledge as students where English is their primary language. So So you're going to see that a lot of times these students, you have to be really creative in your teaching and really try to find areas where they do have background knowledge so that you can help them make those connections. So I think that was a really interesting point with this lesson. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. So this next week, we're going to be focusing on experts versus novices. And I know a lot of us want to be experts in something. Some of us probably are experts in some areas. But it's really, really interesting. You're going to see some lessons on like the famous chess experts out there and just how they're able to easily retrieve knowledge versus people who are novices in the area. So we're going to be looking at that, different studies, just how experts organize their knowledge differently from novices, the importance of practice and how that plays a role in becoming an expert. So yeah, this is a really interesting week. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. So again, just go ahead and continue on with the lesson. At the end of the week, you're going to do your quick write 2. So that's going to be due Sunday, January 27th at midnight. And I will be, sending you guys a reminder email as well to remind you to get that in. If you haven't posted an introduction, please go ahead and do that so that we can all get to know you. I think it's really neat to hear where you guys are coming from and kind of put a face to your name. So I hope you guys are enjoying the class so far. Please feel free to email me if you have any questions at all. So have fun this week.